Did you know that the most resilient creatures on Earth are not the ones that are the strongest, but those who endure and adapt? Watch till the end to see how resilience can shape the future of not just animals, but humanity as well. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking at the stormy waves crashing beneath you. The wind is fierce, and the rain pelts down like needles, but you are not afraid. Why? Because you know that you've been through worse. This is the power of resilience. It's the ability to bounce back after facing difficulties, the strength to overcome challenges that seem impossible. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding pain, it comes from the lessons learned through struggle. Our story begins with a tiny sapling standing alone in a peaceful forest. As the storm begins to rise, the young tree begins to bend and sway with the wind. At first it is fragile, struggling to remain upright. The storm rages for hours, knocking branches and leaves off other trees around it. But this little sapling refuses to fall. Its roots dig deeper, its trunk grows thicker. Slowly but surely, it becomes stronger. This small sapling, once vulnerable, is now a resilient tree. In the animal kingdom, resilience is a crucial trait for survival. Think of the migration of monarch butterflies. These tiny creatures travel thousands of miles, enduring harsh weather, predators, and even starvation. Their journey is perilous, and yet, year after year, they continue to make the trek. They are a living testament to the power of resilience, pushing through exhaustion and fear, knowing that the reward is worth the struggle. But resilience isn't just about enduring, it's about adapting. Picture this. After a forest fire has ravaged an area, many of the trees are destroyed, but not all. Some have adapted, developed thicker bark to withstand the flames, and some have even learned how to regenerate from their roots. Over time, these trees grow back stronger, taller, and more resistant to fire. Resilience isn't just survival, it's evolution. Let's take a step into the human world. During the 1940s, the world was in the midst of the Second World War. People were living through the worst of times, with families separated, cities bombed, and lives shattered. Yet in the aftermath, nations rebuilt themselves from the ground up. The resilience of the human spirit shone through. People didn't just survive the war, they grew from it. New technologies were invented, old systems were improved, and societies, though scarred, became stronger. The ability to rebuild, to recover from loss and pain, is a core part of what makes us human. One of the most powerful examples of resilience comes from the natural world, the forest itself. When a tree is felled, the forest doesn't mourn it for long. New life emerges. If one tree falls, its nutrients feed the soil, nourishing the next generation. The forest as a whole remains resilient, continuing to grow and thrive. This is a metaphor for life. When things fall apart, it is often the beginning of something new. Resilience, however, isn't always about bouncing back. It can also mean knowing when to change, knowing when to pivot. A ship sailing across the ocean may be battered by storms, but if the captain doesn't adjust the sails, the ship will capsize. Resilience requires us to adjust our course, adapt to challenges, and be willing to change. Life doesn't always follow a straight path, but as long as we stay the course, we can navigate through the roughest waters. As we come to the end of our story, take a moment to think about your own life. We all face challenges, moments when it feels like the storm will never pass. But just like the sapling in the forest, the butterflies on their journey, the people who rebuilt cities after war, and the forest that renews itself after a fire, we too can find the strength to endure and grow stronger.